So today we're going to do a review of Hammock Cove in Antigua. For a little bit of background, we are here in April of 2023. We are staying 5 nights in a waterfront villa.
So what was the best meal you had?
You go first.
My favorite meal was a filet mignon at the Lighthouse. It was terrific.
And then this was a really hard question because honestly, like, all the food was phenomenal. For lunch, I loved the creamy penne that was on the room service menu. Like, it was like outstanding. And then for dinner, I don't know, I'm gonna go with the halibut or the lobster spaghetti from the Lighthouse. And then I also feel like, as an honorable mention, the beef carpaccio from the cooking class. That was terrific. It wasn't exactly a meal, but it definitely needs to be mentioned.
Mm-hmm. And the French toast for breakfast was a good hit too.
Yeah, everything, like, it's really hard to like pick one because everything was just so good. Question number 2, what was your favorite pool?
All the pools were beautiful here, but my favorite pool was the main pool. There was about 3 staircases of pools, but an honorable mention was our own infinity pool. It was oceanfront. It was beautiful. Yours?
So this question doesn't exactly pertain to this resort, but we try to keep the review question format the same so it's consistent across all the the reviews that we give. Technically there was only 1 pool, but it had 3 levels to it. The service that you received was the same no matter where you sat, so it really didn't matter. If I had to choose one, I'm gonna pick the lowest level because it was closest to, the sand. But in reality, I adored my own pool. There's just nothing better than having all your things right there. You can go in, you can use the restroom. Like, the room service was so good. So if I had to choose, I probably liked my room pool the best, but I know that Kevin likes to be like with people and have a little more liveliness.
Yeah, I like the service at the main pool. That's why I picked that one.
Cool. What'd you think about the beach?
The beach was beautiful for being part of a cove area. Had its own dock, which was a great plus. You got picked up from the dock, which was awesome. I like how the water sports were included here, which we used the Hobby Cat, and also the lily pads. You could relax on there, and that was a great touch. What did you think about the beach?
So I had basically all the same comments. It was a cove, so it's different than your normal sprawling ocean. The water was clear and free of seaweed. You had all of the water sports included. It was nice and shallow, so you could walk out. The lily pads were great, and there was drink service. They brought you right out into the water. I mean, the service was just impeccable. So I was really happy with the water and the beach area. I thought it was great. What was your favorite drink?
My favorite drink was by Nigel. It was the Starburst drink. I'm not sure. He comes up with a lot of concoctions. It had tons of flavors. It was frozen. Delicious. What was your favorite drink?
Well, you think you know my favorite drink, so what do you think it is?
A mojito, because the mint was fresh, made at Veranda.
Okay, so my favorite was the coconut rum punch from Gabriel at the Rum Bar.
Okay, yeah.
And it was essentially just like a shaken pina colada. However, Kevin is half right because I also loved the watermelon mojito that was made by a lot of different bartenders up at Irina's. The mint was so fresh. It was just so delicious. Next question, what would you change about the resort?
All right, so I would add some entertainment at night. They have a piano player every Wednesday. They just need to do more of that. Do something, live music on the other nights.
Oh yeah, thank you. Is it my turn?
Oh, no, hold on.
Oh.
And then, no offense to the servers and the bartenders, they take a little bit of time on the drinks. I mean, we are in island time, but that's fine. Just maybe a little quicker, but we're ordering drinks as we go, so once you get 1 drink, we would order the next right away. So that was it. What would you change about the resort?
So same, there should be some nightly entertainment, and I'm not talking about like a cheesy Michael Jackson show, but there's no reason why there is no live music at all. Like Kevin said, there's the pianist on Wednesday and that's it. They could easily have an in-house musician that played for a couple hours every night. You could bring a duo in, a violinist, saxophone, honestly anything. And what was so strange to me is that they blast music at the bars. Even, you know, the Irina's bar and the Rum Bar, they're playing like top hits and like loud music. So it's not like they're playing like classical music. So honestly, having a band would actually probably be a little classier. So I would definitely do entertainment would be my #1 change for the resort. What was your favorite thing about the resort?
My favorite thing about the resort was the tranquility. It was super calm, relaxing. I could always find a chair at the pool, everything. It was incredible. What was your favorite thing about the resort?
So many things. First and foremost, the staff was incredible. Every single person we encountered was impressive. I honestly wonder if the staff has stake in the company because everyone like cared so much as if they were the owner. Everyone went above and beyond. I can't even try to list names because honestly everyone was so good, and I know undoubtedly I would be leaving someone out. And I believe that the staff must be treated very well here because usually employees treat the guests kind of how they're treated, and everyone that we have encountered just seems to really love it here. So I just think that it must be a really awesome place to work. And the food is definitely the star of the resort. Chef Marco and his team do an amazing job. Marco comes to the table at breakfast and dinner to see how everyone is enjoying. Perhaps he also goes at lunch, but we've never like been out at a sit-down restaurant for lunch. I don't really know that many resort chefs that touch tables at breakfast, but I can tell that, you know, Chef Marco really wants to know how the guests are enjoying everything. And the dinner experience was a true 5-star experience, in my opinion. You get new cutlery with each courses. They come and they wipe your crumbs off. It's just like an impeccable dining experience. At first I was wondering how I was going to feel about only having like the one sit-down restaurant, and it was actually quite the opposite. I loved it. You didn't have to think about where you were going every night. You just knew that you were going to the Lighthouse and the menu was going to change and it was going to be delicious. And I'm so indecisive, so that really like worked out well in my favor. And you saw the same people every night. It was just like a really good experience. And I loved that you can get a seat at any time of the day. You can come out any time and a prime seat. You weren't gonna be like stuck somewhere you didn't wanna be. All right, moving on to the next question. I wanna first make a disclaimer that Kevin and I do not talk about any of our answers first. That's why we have them written down on our phones and you'll kind of see us reading. So next up is, what would you rate the resort from a 1 to a 10?
I would rate the resort a 9.5. It was incredible.
I also said a 9.5.
Wow. That's
really funny. Yeah, so a 9.5 on the resort from both of us. Would you come back?
Yes, definitely. Yep.
100%. I would come back tomorrow if I could. If I could afford to live here, I would. It was fabulous. Hands down, absolutely a resounding yes. What did you think about the room?
Probably the best room resort ever I've ever stayed in. The high ceilings were beautiful, much added storage space, shelves. The bed was very comfortable. The bathroom was large space to get around and get ready. The showers, you actually had 2 in there. They were huge. And last but not least, our own oceanfront infinity pool with 6 chairs on the deck and our own mini fridge and bar. What'd you think about the room?
I thought it was incredible. It was so spacious, and the villas are detached. So you have neighbors, but you're a good distance from them. I thought the room was incredibly spacious. I loved all the storage space. We literally could have everything tucked away, and I don't like having a mess, and it was perfect for that. My only complaint was that there was no ventilation in the bathroom. So it got really hot in there. So like if I got out of the shower and then I wanted to immediately start like using the blow dryer, I about passed out. That would be my only complaint. Loved the room, view amazing, just awesome, awesome room. You have any extras to add about the resort?
I do. The service here at Himiko was top notch. Daryl is all I have to say. He's everywhere. He was our butler, our, what do you call him?
He was our ambassador.
Ambassador, yep, that's what I was looking for, the word. He is everywhere, he does everything. The bartenders are super friendly, servers are too. They treat you like they've known you forever, and they always remember you after they have met you. The food is very good, smaller portions, which is fine. You don't want to eat too much and be sick. For dinner, I already mentioned what my favorite meal was, but I have a pork loin was a runner-up. But I just want to say the food was delicious. Breakfast again was great. French toast. The iced coffees with Bailey's every morning was a great added bonus. And the main pool again was my favorite. Again, the servers, thank you for everything. You're awesome. What do you have to add?
All right, so I'm usually pretty long-winded if you know me or if you've read my daily recaps, but I really don't know what else to add because I've just kind of said the same thing. Like, the resort exceeded my expectations. Everything was wonderful. The room, the food, the service, like literally everything. This would be a fabulous place to come for a honeymoon, baby moon, an anniversary, a retirement. There were people of all ages here. We saw very young couples, we saw much older couples. I think that the price tag is pretty steep for most people, but gosh, is it worth it? Like, if it is in your budget or just a little bit of a stretch above it, I do think that it's worth it. I really hope that so many of my clients choose to come here because I already have like a running list in my head of so many people that this would be just perfect for. All the guests were really nice. So it was nice since it was a small property. You kind of saw the same people every single day. People had dinner reservations at the same time. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about a small property. You know, there's only about 40 villas here. So I really didn't know, like, I think this is the smallest boutique property that we've stayed at, and it was either gonna go one way or another. But I actually really liked it, and I really liked the one-on-one personalized experience. I'm not someone that needs like activities or entertainment, but my husband does. So I was actually not worried about me liking the size of the property, but I was more concerned about him liking the size of the property. I mean, just overall, it was just incredible. Like, literally everything was perfect. I really don't have any complaints. It was awesome. So if you have not seen our daily vlogs, you might want to go and find our vlogs where we, recap the whole day and we show you kind of from sun up to sundown. And if you would like to book this property using a travel agent, I would love to help you. You can reach out to me on my website, memoriesandmojitos.com. There's gonna be a spot where you can click on quote request and you'll give me all your info and then we will go from there. And I hope you guys really liked watching our vacation. We travel, I don't know, like 6 or 7 times a year. So if you're new here, we would love if you would subscribe so you can see future travels and see all of the really great properties that we go to. I focus on Mexico and the Caribbean travel. So if that's where you also like to go, you may like to stick around and see what other beautiful places that we are off to. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them in the comments, and we're really good about responding back to you. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Can you see me? I think it's where I don't know if you can see
Like
me.
this?
I mean, you're gonna hold it like that the entire time?
Yeah. You're gonna talk quick?
No, I got a lot to say.